channel Knowledge Hub. Friends, subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon for the latest update. Today we're gonna start with your quantitative aptitude class, and this has been the classes your 73rd classes. And before this classes, which is your 72th classes, in that we had done your arithmetical ability. In arithmetical ability, we had done operations on numbers, LCM and HCF of numbers, decimal fractions, simplification, averages, square roots, and cube roots, as well as we had done problems on numbers, problems on ages, surds and indices. And now we'll have to start discussing about the percentage here. On percentage, after talking about that, we'll start discussing about many more questions, but here we have to deal with more than 200 questions. So here we had done in the last classes is your 145th question of the session, and in today's class we'll have to discuss about that is the 146th question of the sessions here. So after percentage, we'll discuss many more questions. Before starting with this, it's a huge request to all the viewers. Please go through with the subscribe button and please like, share and subscribe our channel so that many and maximum people can get the information at once, and if you can also enjoy the video as well. Let's go ahead for the same. The question of the session, first we have, if x% of A is the same as y% of B, then z% of B is. Options we have xy upon z% of A, yz upon x% of A, xz upon y% of A, and none of these. So we'll go ahead for the same. If x% of A is the same as y% of B, then z% of B is. I told you about the option as well, so we'll go ahead for the same, that what we have to discuss here, which has been the options we have as follows. So let's go ahead for this. X% of A equals to y% of B, which is equals to x upon 100 A and equals to y upon 100 B, is equals to B equals to x upon y upon A. So z% of B equals to z% of x upon y A equals to xz upon y into 100 A, xz upon y % of A, that we have as an answer here. We'll go ahead with another question of the session that we have to discuss here. The same cases we go ahead, and that even though we have to talk about it. So for the same that we'll get is your xy xz upon y% of A. That will be the right answer for this question. We'll go ahead with the next, and that has been the 147th question of the session that we have. The question is, if A equals to x% of y and B equals to y% of x, then which of the following is true? Let's go ahead for this first. If A equals to x% of y and B equals to y% of x, then which of the following is true? This has been the question here. The options we have: A is smaller than B, A is greater than B. Relationship between A and B cannot be determined. If x is smaller than y, then A is greater than B, and none of these. This has been the question has been asked in blank PO question paper, which has been the important one as well. So we'll go ahead for the same here, and that what, even though we have to talk about it. So here we go ahead. X% of y is equals to x upon 100 into y equals to y upon 100 into x equals to y% of x. So therefore A equals to B, which we have your answer here. It is the options we have. Is your relationship between if Ax is smaller and then A is greater than, that answer we get is A equals to B here. We'll go ahead with another question that we talk about is 148 question of the session. The question is being here, 33 4 by is 33 1 by 3% of a man daily output is equals to 50% of a second man daily output. If the second man turns out 1500 screws daily, then the first man output in terms of making screws is the option we have 500, 1000, 2000, 2250 here. For the same, we'll talk about it. 33 1 by 3% of a man's daily output is equals to 50% of a man's daily output if the second man turns out 1500 screws daily, then the first man's output in terms of making screws is the option we have 500, 1000, 2000, 2250. We'll go ahead for the same, and that's what we have to find out here. So we'll go ahead for this. That is being let the first, here we have we let the first man output be x, then 33 1 by 3% of x equals to 50% of 1500, 100 upon 3 into 1 upon 100 into x is equals to 750. So x equals to 750 into 3, which is equals to 2250. That will be having as an answer here. Now we'll go ahead with next question that we talk about it, and will be the important one. So this has been the question where we have to deal with many of the questions related to it. On 49th question of the session, the question has been a survey of magazine reading habit of the people that is living in 5 cities P, Q, R, S and T, that is summarized in a table given below, and that the column 1 in the table gives the percentage of the magazine readers in each city that read only one magazine a week here, and the column second that gives the total number of magazines readers who read 2 or more magazines a week. So read the table and then answer these question that has been asked in SSC examination paper. So that is of course important one. We'll go ahead for the same, and that has been including the many of the questions here as well. So we'll go ahead for the first question, then we'll go ahead with the table as well. A survey of magazine reading habits of people living in 5 cities which is P, Q, R, S and T is summarized in a table given below. The column 1 in the table given percentage gives percentage of magazine readers in each city who read only one magazine a week, the column 2 gives the total number of magazine reader who read two or more magazines a week read the table and then answer these questions we have. This has been asked in SSC examination paper as well. So we'll make the table here first. First between the city 1 and 2. So for the city we have here is your P, Q, R, S and T. So we have here follows that has been follows here. So for the same we have your values as well. For 1 we have your 75. This is 6,000. This is for PQ is 80, 3,500, 60, 3,000, 55, 2,700, 25, 4,200 that we have. So on the same cases and on the same phases we can say that we'll go ahead for the next. So here are many questions that has been part of this particular table. We'll complete we have to complete that. So on the same cases we will go ahead with 150th question. You can see the table, you can draw it, so that we'll be asking 4 to 5 questions in terms of it only. So we'll go ahead for the same. We'll go ahead with 150th question of the sessions here. The question has been that the city with the lowest number of magazine reader is the city with the lowest, that is we have the lowest number of magazine reader is. This is we have, and for the same and in the same the options we have R, Q, R, S and T. So on the same cases first we'll draw a table here so that it will get then after that we'll find out the answer for this particular question here, that the city with the lowest number of magazine that is being being readers is that we have. So we'll go ahead for the table first. So but before starting with the table, first we'll solve it out and then we'll make a table, and then after that we'll solve it out here clearly. So let the number of magazine reader in city P be X, then 100 minus 75% of X equals to 6,000. This equals to 25 upon 100. X equals to 6,000. So X equals to 6,000 into 100 upon 25. And 25 ones are 25, 25 fours are 100, and 6 fours are 24. It will be 24,000 here. So number of readers, in P reading only one magazine a week equals to 24,000 minus 6,000, so it will equals to 18,000. Similarly, we can find these values in other cases. Thus, we have the following table. So we made a table here first, and which has been as follows. City, number of magazine readers, and here it is your number of readers reading only one magazine a week. We need a table here. For the city P, Q, R, S and T, we have for the same, we'll have to draw it, and that being as follows here. With the same cases, it is your 24,000, and then the number of the readers only one magazine a week, it is your 18,000. For Q, it is 1,75,000. Sorry, 7,500. When this is 14,000. For R, it is your 7,500. This is your 4,500. For S, it is 6,000. This is being 3,300. 40, it is your 5,600. It is 1,400 that we have. I will go ahead for the solution. So the question has been asked for this, that the city with the lowest number of magazine readers is. On the same cases, we have your answer for 150th question. That the lowest number of magazine readers is 5,600, as you can see here. And this is the class that is of city T here. The answer will get your the lowest number of magazine readers is 5,600, and this is in the case of city T. Now we'll go ahead with another question, is your 151th question of the session here. 151th question, the question is, which city has the highest number of magazine readers who read only one magazine a week? Which city as according to as I told you about this particular question here itself, which has been asked in your SSC examination paper, be an important one. The city has the highest number of magazine readers who read only one magazine a week. So that is the options. We have P, Q, R and S. So we'll go ahead for the same, that to find it out. For that, the highest number of magazine readers who read only the magazine is a week is your 18,000, and that is the case of the city P. So go ahead for the answer is for this as well. The highest number of magazine readers who read only one magazine a week is 18,000, and this is in the case of city P. Now we'll go ahead for the next question. That has been another important question here, which is of course for 152th question here. This has been also as I'm asking SSC examination paper. The question is the highest number of magazine reader in any given city. So the highest number of magazine readers in any given city is, this has been asked in SSC examination paper as well. Options for the same here is one, that is your 17,500, 18,000, 24,000 and 30,000 here. So we'll go ahead for the same, that to find out the highest number of magazine readers is 24,000, that we have as an answer. We'll go ahead with another question that we talk about it, which has been a 153rd question of the sessions here. The question is, how many magazine reader in city Q read only one magazine a week? We'll go ahead. How many magazine readers in city Q read only one magazine a week? That we have here. Options we have 14,000, 18,000, 12,500, 16,500 here. So we'll go ahead for the same. Number of magazine readers in city Q reading only one magazine a week goes to 14,000 here. That may be the right answer for this question as well. We'll go ahead for the next question in terms of it here only, and that is what important for us as well. So for the same, and we'll get it out, and that we'll have to answer it out as well. So on the same cases, we go ahead here, and that is being as follows. 154th question of the session, we talk about it. That is, we have your question here. That is being important one as well. So 154th question, the question has been that the total number of all magazine readers in the 5 cities who read only one magazine a week. So the question is the total number of all the magazine readers in the 5 cities who read only one magazine a week is. Options we have, that is 19,400, 24,000, 41,200, 22,000 as well. So we'll go ahead for the solution here as follows. Total number of magazine readers are reading only one magazine a week. For that, it will be 18,000 plus 14,000 plus 4,500 plus 3,300 plus 1,400, which is equals to 41,200. That will be the right answer for this question here. So now we'll be ending it up here on itself. Before ending it up, before this, that we have to continue with the next coming classes for percentage itself. That is being the important one. So on the same cases, we'll start discussing about 155th question. Other than then quantitative aptitude, yes, we had to do, we had done sociology and software engineering, and other than that, we had done your chemistry from last year. That is being important one, where we had done your unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, unit 4, unit 5, unit 6, unit 7, unit 8, unit 9, as well as we had done conversions, logarithms, antilogs, and after that, talking about it, we had done elements with the symbols, atomic number, molar masses, and we had done configuration as well. After other than that as well, we talk about it. We had done for understanding the human being comprehensively, the human aspiration and its fulfillment, where we had done unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, unit 4, unit 5 with their 2 marks possible question as well. After talking about that as well, we are dealing with the ER diagram, the different ER diagram, which is really the important one as well. On the same cases, talking about it, yes, we had various of the subject. We'll surely be starting with computer-based empirical and statistical techniques. In terms of reasoning, we talk about it. In reasoning, we had done your verbal reasoning, where we had done your general mental ability and the logic reasoning. In non-verbal reasoning, we had done your series, analogy, classification, analytical reasoning, mirror image, water image, embedded figure, completions of incomplete pattern, figure matrix, paper folding, paper cutting, rule detection, grouping of identical figures, cubes and dice, dot situation, figure formation and analysis as well. And after completing that, we'll start discussing about the question paper that we have to cover up with the different types of question paper in terms of verbal reasoning and non-verbal reasoning as well. Coming towards quantitative aptitude, that has been the quantitative aptitude is being divided into two, which has been the arithmetical ability and the data interpretation. In arithmetical ability, we had done your operations on numbers, the second LCM of numbers, decimal fractions, simplifications, square roots and cube roots, averages, problems and numbers, problems and ages, odds and indices, percentage, profit and loss ratio, proportion, partnership, chain rule, time and work, Whiteman system, time and distance, problems and trade, boards and streams. Allocations or mixture, simple interest, compound interest, logarithm, area, volume and surface area, races and games of skills, calendar, of clocks, stocks and shares, and permutation and combination as well. Then we had done a probability, true discount, Manker's discount, height and distance, odd man odd series as well. In data interpretation, we have to cover up the tabulation, bar graphs, pie charts, and line graphs as well. Then after that, we'll be ending it out with the quantitative aptitude itself. In the same cases, other than quantitative aptitude, we will start discussing about the computer-based numerical and statistical techniques. And after completing the reasoning, we'll start discussing about the bank, PO examination, SBI, PO, and all of the respective banks that we have in terms of with different the positions that we'll discuss here. So here we're gonna end up with, and it's a huge request to all the viewers to please go through with the subscribe button and please like, share and subscribe our channel so that many maximum people can get the information at once, and even though you can also enjoy the video as well. And those viewers, those who had supported us from starting, which is a huge request to all of you, a thank to all of you. Please keep supporting us as you had supported till the day. Thank you. Hope you enjoy this video. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and give a suggestion on the comment box. Thank you.